welcome, namaste, and today we are going to do a new reading at Astral Luck here. So it is a pick a card reading, and I'm going to read what message is supposed to find you today. So let's get started with this reading. So this is pile 1. This box Archangel Gabriel is pile 1. The Power of Love is pile 2. The Psychic Tarot deck is pile 3, and Gods and Goddesses is pile 4. However, I'm not going to use all of them in this reading, but this is identifier for your piles. So I hope you have identified your piles, and I'm going to start with pile 1, which is Archangel Gabriel. So the very first card we have consciousness, then nothingness, postponement, then we have Queen of Swords, Five of Wands, and Ten of Cups. And open your heart to love. The more you open your heart and pour your love into creation, the greater their life force energy. So the message for you today is that the consciousness is coming very close to you, and the consciousness is trying to mentally enhance you to a level where you start accepting things without any judgment. And while your logic, your real life training, your school training, your daily social training, your work training is trying to find logic everywhere, your consciousness is guiding you to accept things the way it is, and don't force your logic or don't start controlling the narrative, because although the larger section of the society is definitely doing that, you have to become a part of it. Don't take it to your heart. In your heart, believe that everything that is being told to you is complete truth, and there are still billion possibilities for the same thing to manifest. Even if they are trying to control the narrative, they themselves will change the narrative if your belief system is strong enough that there are billion other possibilities. And whenever you cannot deal with that truth, just take a step back and try to postpone things, which means take some rest, go and have a nap, or do some meditation, or get into some kind of isolated place. Do whatever it feels right to stay away from the crowd, stay away from the social media, stay away from all the news channels who constantly are building narratives rather than informing you about the real events. So stay away from them. Because the more you try to fight with the logic, the more you try to fight with the narratives, you will get into a loop of that kind, and then you will get stagnated. On the other hand, if you take breaks, find time for yourself, or stay away from all those narratives, or don't participate in those narratives, then you will see that slowly and steadily you are building up a very happy, cordial family life, a very emotionally satisfying life. You will see that somewhere you are feeling more comfortable with your own self and the people around you, and you'll see that people are learning from you how you find bliss in everything, and they will start doing the same, and it will create a reverse domino effect. You will start controlling the narrative in a very positive and constructive way, and your narrative would be more family oriented, more emotionally satisfying oriented, more of helping each other rather than fighting, spreading hatred, and getting into all that kind of narratives. I've been talking about narratives to give you a small example. Because I'm an Indian, you all know that. I'll give you some examples from here that there were a lot of protests going on of some kind of uh, protest against the government, and a certain section of people who brought everything to stand still and blocked all the roads in the capital city, and they were only micro section of the entire nation, because India is such a big thing. And then the narratives on all the social media was that the government is trying to actually kill a certain segment of people, or people with certain profession. It was like funny. Do they all even understand what they are speaking? I'm not judging the government or that people who were protesting. I really don't want to get into that debate, because the government also has its own flaws and has to deal with those things. But there are narratives being set, and then those narratives being fed to the entire world, and that's where things get out of control, and you lose your consciousness, you lose your footing, you lose your grounding, because you are not believing what you are supposed to believe. You're believing what others are making you believe. It was just an example. Don't take that example very seriously, because I don't take that example very seriously. Government and these out other political outlets, they keep fighting, they create stupid fights, but then we are not supposed to get into that. We are supposed to find love in our own situation, and slowly, when we start finding love in our situation, the infectiousness of love will start spreading. And it would take 100 years, maybe a 500 years, but you will leave the earth with the gift of love, and slowly and steadily everyone else, your family and your extended family, your children, will take the message of love forward, and that will be a great gift for the mankind. And that's what the message is for you right now, that you need to spread the message of love, and don't fall in the trap of the narratives that are being set for you, which are not the truth. So, having said that, that was your reading, and moving on to pile 2. Pile 2, let's see what is the message for you. What message wants to find you today? So the very first card is control, then laziness, participation, ace of wands, temperance, and the lovers, and authenticity. Trust that your real self, whom God created, is divinely perfect, has the strength, knowledge needed for this situation. So somewhere down the line, it shows that you are about to reach a certain kind of wish fulfillment, and then people around you are observing that, okay, this fellow is really going to become very successful now. Can we do something? It's a comparative comparison going on here. It's something like that. Like you might be working in an office space, and you are almost on the verge of getting a major breakthrough. It might threaten the positions of some people in your organization. It's something like that. They want to control you. So what they are trying to do is here that they are blocking your participation. They are blocking you, not by just creating a certain situation, but by completely brainwashing you that you are already so successful. Why do you want to try? They are playing psychological games. They just want to deviate you from your course of action, which you have already planned, which you are already aware of. That if I do this, I'll crack this and I'll be successful. And they want to just take out one of the steps in between, saying that this might not be necessary. Why are you wasting your time? Why are you doing this? Something like that. They would deviate you, and they will affect your participation in that way. But you need to remain authentic to your own self, your own idea, and your own set of thoughts, your own ground where you are deeply footed, deeply rooted. You need to stay there. You don't have to get into any kind of panic, because they might try to create that kind of panic around you. They might try all the kind of tricks, but then your idea is quite successful and you are right now completely balanced and in acceptance of who you are. But then they are trying to create some kind of situation where you might lose confidence on your own idea, on your own goal and aspirations, and you will start doubting on yourself and your self dignity. Somewhere they are trying to play with your self dignity, and that is not the right thing to do for them. But who are we to judge their morals? We are here to protect ourselves and fulfill our goals. So your focus should be right now, the message from the universe is to try to stick to where you are, try to stick to your ambitions. You are on the right path. Don't get deviated, don't get off route by people's discussion or their advice, because they might just try to protect their position by harming you or playing psychological games or deviating you from your path. And the best thing that you can do is to believe yourself the way you are, because they might try to play with your self dignity, your body image, or your self image that you have for yourself. They'll try to directly attack that. They'll directly counter your confidence with maybe how fat you are, maybe how thin you are, maybe how dark is your skin, something like that, which might try to bring a certain level of shame in you. And you need to protect yourself from such conversations and such attacks. So that is your message for now. I hope this is helpful for you. Do let me know in the comment box below. So let's move on to pile 3. Pile 3, if you have chosen the Psychic Tarot deck, this is your reading. What is the message for you? We have silence, we have totality, we have sorrow, we have Ace of Swords, we have Queen of Cups, and then we have Two of Cups, and then we have new project. Like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your ideas into reality. So it's a very good message for you. Somewhere down the line, it shows me that a certain kind of planetary alignment in the sky, especially Mercury retrograde, Mars and Saturn opposition in the sky, and the two eclipses, lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. By the way, there are going to be videos about all of them. I have already posted video about the lunar eclipse and the Mercury retrograde. Of course, I am not going to get into the astrological aspects of it, but from a tarot perspective, I have done a reading on these two, and today or tomorrow I'll post the video about Mars and Saturn opposition, and after that I'll post the solar eclipse videos. The reason why I'm emphasizing more about planetary positions is because of the star card. In this deck it is silence, but it's more about planetary alignments for me, at least in your situation right now. What the cards are telling, that the planetary alignments are bringing up a total picture for you to start something new, start something big, which is of great emotional value to you. Somewhere down the line, you have suffered great losses in the past and you are feeling really sorrow about it. And either you are blaming yourself about that or you are blaming someone else about it. Either ways, it won't work in your favor if you just keep blaming yourself or someone else about it. Right now, the planetary position is all about putting your thoughts into action, and your actions should come from a place of compassion and emotions, that you should be emotionally invested in your new ideas and you need to put a lot of action on your ideas because of your sheer amount of success, possibility of success. What I'm talking about is that there's a big amount sorry there's a big amount of possibility of success here, and either you will find someone who is going to assist you in that success, or you will become so successful that people would want to get associated with you in a very meaningful way. This card doesn't come with any kind of trickery, so I somehow see that once you emotionally start investing in new projects and new ideas, you will see that success will follow you, and you need to keep going across in doing all the things that is possible. And then the new ideas are with you, and you know that these new ideas are not the easiest one, but that's the whole reason why you need to emotionally invest into them and work upon them. And once you start moving around, somewhere around by end of August, you will see a huge result in your favor, because all these planetary alignments that I spoke about will slowly and steadily get mature with, although the energies, the alignment will be over somewhere by end of July, but it takes some time for it to manifest, because the Saturn and Mars opposition will be there till 23rd of July, and then slowly and steadily you'll see that everything is getting accumulated to fulfill a certain kind of goal, and emotional satisfaction is going to come out of it. So that's your reading, pile 3. Let's see how it manifests. Please share your comments and let me know. And let's start with pile 4. So we have letting go, we have healing, we have understanding, and we have Knight of Cup, we have 6 of Pentacles, we have 3 of Cups, wonderful, and then we have media. You can reach more people by working with video, audio, print, and online media. Okay, that is a very straightforward message, but somewhere down the line, what the universe is telling, that you need to let go of emotional imbalances that are holding you right now. Somewhere there is a huge emotional imbalance. All 3 cards represent from the suit of cups. They are coming from the cups. So, and then there is also 3 of cups here, which is talking about celebration. The cards are telling that you are already successful, and the role of media here is very important to make you more visible, because if you are successful and you know that that is not enough in today's world, you need to brush that success around to let other people know that you are successful. So you need to let go of that inhibition that you have. A certain point in the past when you were trying to celebrate your success, some other success in the past, and you were trying to put it on media, people were making fun of you, people were trying to pull you down, that you are acting like a snob or something like that. But those were the days. Things were very different. Now things are very different. If you don't get in out there and let others know how successful you are, people won't even come to know. People have become even more dumber with time. That's what I would say. People really are slaves of media right now. So if you are not out there in the media, then people will not even recognize you, no matter how much you have the right kind of attitude or knowledge, but people will not really acknowledge you or support you. So you need to understand how uh, people out there are behaving, and you need to manipulate their emotions. Before even doing that, you need to heal yourself from the past problems, because you have really suffered a lot because of this attitude of others. Because either people judge, either ways people are judging you, and that judging always creates some kind of emotional imbalance. And right now what they're saying, that let go of all the past emotions, because uh, things that belong in the past should remain in the past. It should not govern your present, and you need to actually go out there and spread the word about your success. Because you, another cup card, there are 5 cup cards talking about emotions. You need to strongly go out and make an emotional message out there in your social media, so that you reach out to a lot of people and you have that conversation now at the right wavelength. Only a piece of advice is that on a material level, when you are making those social media messages, try to maintain a balance, because somewhere there is a huge imbalance in the society right now. If somebody is little successful, they blow it out of proportion in the media right now, and then the pressure comes back to you, because you possibly had little bit of success. Now you are getting response as if you have really won the world, and you are going to uh, be on a spacecraft and going to win another civilization out there. The kind of response they give you, and that's where you feel little overwhelmed and you don't know how to handle it. So don't take the response for real, because these days they make the response so larger than life that people really lose the plot. And you being at the center of the plot right now, it might be a possibility that you might get carried away, because in the past they pulled you down. Now they are going to put you on the pedestal, and they are going to celebrate you so much that you might lose the present in the whole process. And the cards are suggesting that there's a huge celebration waiting out for you, but that celebration should be of mindful in nature, at least for you. You cannot govern others' mind, so don't worry about them. But in your mind, be very realistic and remember the truth. So that's your reading, pile 4. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave your comments to let me know how it resonated with you. Until next time, bye bye and namaste.